Just to give you an update, the Super Bowl is this weekend.
No.
Yep. So,
Are you sure?
Well, and it's surprising to tell you this because mostly we focus on what happens here on 9 News, but it is going to be televised, just not here. So one way that people get ready is not only get psyched up and to gamble money they don't have, it's also to get ready for all the party snacking you're going to be doing.
I'm sorry, it's my favorite foods.
Yeah,
my
all of them?
absolute favorite foods, all of them at the Super Bowl party. Our 9 health expert, Dr. Payal Kohli, is joining us to talk about that. We were right away saying, you're just going to ruin my party. Are you going to ruin my party?
In fact, I'm going to make the party more interesting.
About how I should eat on Super Bowl Sunday?
Yes, and you know, you just said, Kim, that it's all your favorite food. So there's a reason that spicy chicken wings are so good and so addictive. There's a science behind it. So that spicy part, the capsaicin that triggers the receptor, it actually releases endorphins. That's why people actually use capsaicin for pain relief, because it helps with, you know, this endorphin release. And then the fried part and the fat in the chicken wings as well also helps release endorphins. So that's the reason they taste so good.
That's better than running.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just stand there and yell.
the endorphins of running 10 miles?
I'll yell, release the endorphins. Are there other ways to do that without eating food that might have a cardiologist alarm?
There are. In fact, as Kim just said, the day of the big game, you need to exercise a little bit more beforehand because, in fact, we consume significantly more calories than our usual. And so most people during the game period will consume at least 2,400 calories, which is more than your daily allowance. And during Sunday altogether, we'll sometimes eat up to 11,000, which is 4.5 times your daily allowance.
So your mood goes up and down when your team, the one you're rooting for, maybe the one you've bet on, is doing well, and your mood goes the other way when it's not going so well. But you say scientifically, everything changes.
Everything changes, and your mood changes, in fact, last into the next day. So they did a study where they looked at the NFL, in fact, and if your team won or lost, and how it changed your eating behavior the following day. And if your team wins, it's like being in love. You're so happy that you're distracted from the food, you end up eating less. And if your team loses, then you end up eating more saturated fat and calories. But the day of the game, the way you taste food changes as well. So when you're pleased, your sensitivity to sweet tastes tend to go up. So food tastes a little bit sweeter.
So you don't eat guilt, you eat sadness.
Yeah.
If you're sad, you eat more.
You eat more, and the food tastes more sour.
Okay.
So if you were to eat a lemon when you're unhappy or upset or sad, it actually tastes more sour than when you're happy. So our
You eat a
brain
lemon.
modulates our taste.
That is super interesting. I think, you know, some of us are stress eaters too, emotional eaters.
Right.
Emotional eaters when things are going well or not. But I bet you eat more calories on Super Bowl than you do on Thanksgiving.
You do. In fact, many more calories, and they say that you would have to run a marathon to run off those calories. And the point of that, we're all making jokes here, but the point is that what you do on Super Bowl Sunday can actually have effects that last for weeks, if not months, especially if you have chronic disease. So you want to plan. You want to make sure that you're preparing today. Today's 2 days before the big game, starting to cut down your portions in preparation, increasing your hydration, and maybe getting in a few more steps, Kim.
So you eat less and drink more water now for the next 48 hours.
Yep.
And then you'll be good to go. You have a green light. You can do anything you want, a blank check.
Yeah.
Dr. Kohli says do whatever you want as
is,
long as these next 48 hours you cut back on portions
Live large.
and drink water.
It is
Super Bowl
It
Sunday.
is getting your body ready for that Super Bowl marathon that your stomach and GI tract are going to run.
Green light, blank check.
I'm just going to feel that stomach stretch.
Really?
Okay.
Well, and then on game day, here's
Okay.
another little trick. The types of plates that you use will also influence your eating behavior.
So small
So
plates.
small plates, round actually, and then if they're red, it triggers a little bit of a danger signal in our brain. It draws more attention to the food, so we're not just eating without paying attention.
But both teams are red, so you
Itty bitty red round plates, and you'll be fine. Well, enjoy the Super Bowl. Thanks for helping us out. All right, we'll be right back. You can always find more on Dr. Kohli at 9news.com/Dr. Kohli.